या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. The cities are buzzing with excitement. Giant idols are all covered, ready to be unfurled. Colourful pandals are everywhere, all set to celebrate the biggest festival. But what's the festival about? What are the celebrations all for? Yes, you got me right. It's time for Durga Puja, the festival of song, dance, worship, and prayer. And I have a wonderful book to celebrate this festival. That is Amma, Tell Me About Durga Puja, written by Bhakti Mathur, illustrated by Maulshree Somani, and published by Anjana Publishing House. The city is buzzing with excitement. There is hustle and bustle everywhere. It's time for Durga Puja, the festival of song and dance, worship and prayer. Colourful pandals have come up everywhere to host the biggest outdoor festival in the world. Idols of Ma Durga get finishing touches, still undercover, waiting to be unfurled. Malls teem with shoppers buying new clothes to wear and to gift during the festive days. The neighborhood halls too are busy as ever as performers rehearse their musicals and plays. 10 days of worship to the divine goddess, the mother who nurtures us all in birth, the loving daughter in whom we delight, the guardians shielding us from evil on earth. First is Mahalaya, where we invoke the goddess. Homes resound with songs and hymns at dawn, lovingly inviting Ma Durga to descend to earth. Wake up, jagi tumi jago. We sing on and on. Shakti then arrives, day 1 of celebrations, when Ma Durga leaves Shiv, her heavenly spouse, with her children Ganesh, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kartik. She visits earth as if she is visiting her parents' house. This is the time to welcome her amidst us, unveil her idols with devotion and love, to ritual chants and beats of dhak drums. Welcome, O Devi, from the heavens above. We go hopping from one pandal to another, wonderfully decorated. Their doors are open to all. Beautiful structures made of clay, bricks, and glass, shaped like a temple, camel, and even a football. Then comes Saptami, and festivities intensify. We worship Ma Durga as Mother Nature this day. Dhaki drummers go all out to thrill the crowds. We throng the streets, dancing our cares away. The all-important day of Ashtami follows next. Pushpanjali is offered, roses sweeten the air. People shower their adoration on Ma Durga. Thousands of voices unite in fervent prayer. The Aarti that night is breathtaking, as if the stars have come down on earth. Hundreds of lamps illuminate the pandals, as every face, every heart glows with mirth. The intoxicating dhuno aroma slowly drifts up from dhunuchi, the earthen incense burners, which the dancers balance on their palms to the beat of dhak drums rising in fervor. Then comes Navmi, a day of feasting on delicacies. Bhog is first offered to Ma, then to everyone else. The menu is delicious. Khichuri, beguni, rasgulla, and yummy sandesh. That in our mouths just melts. The last day of puja, Bijoy Dashmi arrives. In throngs, married women play sindoor khela, smearing vermilion on Ma Durga and each other. Of femininity and friendship, it's a happy mela. It is the day of Shubho Bijoy or auspicious victory. Ma Durga is remembered as the all-powerful one today. We celebrate how good triumphed over evil, for Ma defeated the demon Mahisha this day. And then it is time to bid Ma Durga farewell. She is taken in a grand procession to the sea, gently immersed in the waters as she returns to the mountains to Shiv and her family. Ashche Buchor Abar Hobe. The words echo in the air as people exclaim enthusiastically in good cheer. We know that this will happen yet again and again, for Ma Durga will visit us the same time next year. Friends, do kolakuli, rubbing shoulders in ritual embrace. Shubho Bijoy, Shubho Bijoy. They each other greet. Wearing new clothes, we visit family and with respect seek the blessings of our elders by touching their feet. Then suddenly the festivities were over. The last few days so quickly had passed. But Kalaka and Kiki had unfinished business. Amma, tell us about Durga, they said. They all settled down and Amma started. This is the story of how Durga came to be. It starts with this creature most strange, who had heaven and earth at his mercy. Once there was a demon named Mahisha, half man, half buffalo, with enormous horns. His body tough as steel, his tail like a whip. He could change his shape into many forms. But he was not happy. He had a burning desire. He wanted the whole world to bow before him, to accept him as Supreme Lord and Master, to fawn over him and fulfill his every whim. So one fine day, he climbed a tall mountain, stood rock-like for years, deep in meditation, bearing the freezing cold and the blazing heat, praying to Brahma, the god of creation. Brahma finally appeared before the demon and said, Mahisha, I am pleased with you. Ask for anything you wish and it will be all yours. I promised to make your dream come true. Losing not a moment, Mahisha exclaimed, I don't want to die. Lord, let me live forever. Impossible. How can this be? Said Brahma. For life and death must always go together. Crafty Mahisha thought for a moment and said, Grant that no god, no beast, no man can kill me, for that will make me powerful and invincible. He thought as he stomped his hooves in glee. Brahma smiled and said, Your wish is granted. I hope you will use your newfound powers well. Mahisha, of course, had no intentions. He declared war, transforming earth into hell. He conquered the world and then he turned on the gods in heaven. Submit before me or prepare for battle. High time you learned a lesson. A demon or a monkey? The gods mocked him. Laughing and sneering, they dismissed his threat. Red with rage, shaking, Mahisha screamed, I will teach you a lesson that you will never forget. He gathered an army of demons like no one had ever seen before. The earth shuddered beneath them as they marched off ready for war. The gods too were ready. A battle broke out. Swords clashed and arrows darkened the skies. The deities pushed hard against Mahisha but could not overcome him, much as they tried. They realized that there was no easy way to defeat the demon army and end the strife. Their strength came to naught against Mahisha as long as Brahma's boon protected his life. A divine meeting was then urgently called, for the gods needed to form a new plan. To face Mahisha, said Vishnu, we need one who is not God, not beast, and not a man. Shiv and Brahma nodded in their approval. They understood at once what Vishnu meant. The all-powerful trio then came together to join their energies in single-minded intent. From Brahma's brow emerged a bright flame. Shiv's third eye emitted a dazzling light. Vishnu radiated a calm blue energy. Oh, what an utterly mesmerizing sight! The triple powers coming together fused into a blaze brighter than the sun, and from it arose a wondrous, radiant being. Not God, not beast, not man, but a woman. 10 tough arms, eyes like hot embrace, long tresses as dark as the darkest night. Thus was created the magnificent Durga, a super goddess unmatched in her might. The bow was a gift from the wind god. Vishnu presented her his golden discus. The fire god handed her an iron rod. The rain god offered his thunderbolt. A quiver of arrows came from the sun god. And the rest of her armory was this: a mace, an axe, a shield, and a sword. The king of beasts, the mighty lion himself, was summoned to be her mount of war. Durga sat regally atop as he leapt into battle with a most fearsome roar. When he saw Durga enter the fray, Mahisha sneered, not a bit afraid. What a shameful day for the gods! The cowards call a woman to their aid. Not a second did Durga waste on words. Opening her mouth as wide as she could, she unleashed a massive army from within to attack the demons with utmost fury. In one mighty leap, she came to face Mahisha. A blow from her mace dashed him to the ground. He magically transformed into a fierce lion and with a dreadful roar prepared to mount. Durga prepared to cut off the lion's head, but Willy Mahisha pulled yet another trick. Shape shifting into a blurry, beefy giant, he charged at Durga, but she was quick. She hurled a volley of arrows at the giant, but he changed yet again into an elephant. Seizing Durga's lion with his long trunk, Mahisha dragged them, looking triumphant. Durga recovered. She cut off the elephant's trunk with an almighty swish of her divine sword. Lo and behold, Mahisha became a buffalo again, charging wildly at Durga, his energy restored. But this time, Durga was prepared. She leapt off her lion like the crack of thunder, stomping on the beast's neck with her foot. She used her trident to pin him down under. Trapped thus, Mahisha finally reverted to his real form, half man, half buffalo. Durga was ready and moved in a flash. Her sword came down for one final blow. And so it was that the great demon Mahisha, whom the mighty gods could not defeat, finally met his end at the hands of Durga. Only a woman could have achieved this impossible feat. The gods applauded Durga's victory. Men on earth rejoiced the demon's fall. And so it has been since that fateful day. From evil has Ma Durga protected us all. So that, my lovely children, was the story of Ma Durga. The perfect example of womanhood is she. She fiercely protects her loved ones from danger, even if super gentle at other times she may be. Mahisha's mistake was one that many make, of thinking a woman is only gentle and frail. They forget that she is Shakti. The power within her can never ever fail. And that is the beautiful story of how Ma Durga came to be. I hope you enjoyed our story. Stay tuned for more such stories. Till then, keep storytelling. Thank you so much.